background. There's our back direction we came from. I'm telling you guys, photography cameras do not do it justice at all. Somebody once told me, took a picture of me, they said, cameras do not do me justice, they show me mercy. You know what's really frustrating? You're driving along the road, you see such a gorgeous, gorgeous view. You grab your phone or whatever, you take a shot of it, and then you look at the shot, and because the cameras do not do it justice, it looks like all of the other shots you've taken, despite the fact that the mountains are much taller, much more gorgeous. And then you have a lot of photos and videos that look exactly the same, even though they're not the same. That is frustrating. Cannot say this enough. Being here is far, far superior. We're about a little over a third of the way across the highway. Passed through a lot of mountains and stuff now. Going through a lot of tundra. It's still beautiful though. Just raw Alaska. Untouched, rugged Alaska. It's beautiful. We're a little less than halfway across right now. It's a lot of tundra cut from here on out, although we still cross through some mountains. Just flat tundra. Keep going the same speed. A lot of tundra here. More big mountains ahead there though. Getting it from the truck, but you can see the beauty of the road just the same. We're almost halfway across the highway now, a little less than halfway. It goes from mountains to tundra and got some more mountains here, but in a little bit there's going to be more tundra. That was milepost 87. That means we got 87 miles so we get to the other side of the highway, but 21 miles of it is paved, so I got about 60 some odd miles of rough road ahead still. Again, if anything happens here, we're in trouble because we don't have any cell service. So I was gonna come by myself, but my dad insisted on coming because, you know, he didn't feel easy about it, and I understand that. And given in hindsight, I don't think I would want to do this by myself, because you break down here, you're hundreds of miles from anywhere and there's nothing you can do about it. You're gonna have to walk hundreds of miles just to get some service or something. So, yep. One-lane bridge right here. There's always somebody coming the other side going really slow. We just passed. So we're still on Highway. We're more than halfway across now. The road here is not too bad. There's just a lot of potholes. Let's take a look out here. Top of the pass right now. I see it appears. And just between the pass and like a steep mountain right there. We got about 64. Dang, those potholes are really bad. Don't want to get a flat tire or something like that because we'd be in big trouble. Well, not really, because we got a spare and we got a jack. Just don't know if we have the lug nut wrench or not. Anyways, we're still cruising right now. I'm not going to take too many more stops because most of the shots and videos I want, it's mostly tundra from here. And that kind of scenery there. And we might see a bear or something like that. I wanted to hop off the vehicle and get the other side of the truck. Sometimes the best views are behind you and sometimes they're a little bit out of sight. Those mountains there are really pretty. Got the little orange glow right there. Got a few clouds now. It's providing a little shade. It's like 80 degrees. But the clouds make the sky a little less boring as long as it doesn't rain. Got a bunch of tundra with the beautiful mountains in the backdrop there. From the mountains. A lot of mountains, a lot of tundra. I'm not even gonna zoom in. This well, I might zoom in, but right now this looks perfect. So I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit. Yeah, it's like that. Camping right there. Zoom out a little bit here. Oh shit! Shoot! Pardon my language. Somebody honked at me. It startled me there. This road always makes me nervous because people come zooming by and collisions happen. A couple of years ago, somebody passed in our lane and hit us head on. Had the truck would have swerved the other way, I would not be here. And we got tight corners and a lot of gravel roads and people in our lane. So this road makes me very nervous. I've had a lot of bad things happen on this road. A lot of bad things. One year we almost got in a collision, and the next year we were in my brother's car, and about 40 miles in we started overheating. We were stuck there for a long time. My dad came, we had to drive a couple hundred miles to Fairbanks to get like a 4-hour drive to get what he needed, a hose. And then on the way to Fairbanks, my dad had a flat tire, and so we were stuck there again. So we didn't get out of there until the next day. And this time we only have one vehicle. So I love this highway, but I have a lot of bad memories as well. A lot of bad things have happened, so I'm kind of afraid of this highway. But I wanted to do this highway again. Right here, as you can see, the road where I'm standing on. not too bad. There's just a ton of potholes. You saw that earlier in the video. I remember that flat ridge. I always thought it was McLaren Lodge because there's a ridge exactly like that, but I think we stopped there too, not to camp or anything, but just to be there.
We stopped at McLaren to get air in the tire.
Okay. I know we stopped there, that's all I know.
Yeah. We needed air in the tire. And I think that while we got the air in the tires, when I went in and got some chili.
We're just talking about how I used to come here when I was a kid, not too often. Wow, there's so many potholes on this road. We're getting pretty close to the other side of the highway now. Got about 45 miles to go. The road is not so bad here except for potholes. Down this hill here, there's a lodge coming up. We're at that lodge, McLaren Lodge, right along the McLaren River. We're about 40 miles from the end of the highway. Check out those mountains over there. It's a little windy here. Actually, it's a lot windy here because we're kind of high up in elevation. So we just left McLaren Lodge. We're gonna go way up. You can kind of see the road to the top of that ridge up there. Where that ridge is, we used to pull aside and go hunting. One time we saw a moose and it was just a little bit too small to be legal, so we couldn't shoot it. But I do remember that ridge very well. I remember because I was a little kid, I saw the moose. And Mom told me to stay there while Dad went hunting while they made us a sandwich. So anyways, we are not too far from the end of the highway. So we're at the top of that pass. Temperature has cooled down about 5 or 10 degrees. It is now 7 degrees. It's quite windy up here, but it is gorgeous. It feels nice with that breeze too. There's a nice lake over there. Got a lot of shots, but you know what? Here's how I look at it. I have never regretted taking the shot, but I've many times regretted not taking the shot. We're almost at the snow line up here, as you can see up there. temperature has cooled down about 5 or 10 degrees. It is now 7 degrees. It's quite windy up here, but it is gorgeous. It feels nice with that breeze too. There's a nice lake over there. Got a lot of shots, but you know what? Here's how I look at it. I have never regretted taking the shot, but I have many times regretted not taking the shot. We're almost at the snow line up here, as you can see up there. So we just
think the campground's up around this lake here, up here somewhere.
So we just passed mile 23. That means 23 miles, so we're at the end of the highway. But the pavement begins probably in about 3 or 4 miles, I'm guessing. So nothing happened, thank God. We still got a lot of gorgeous views ahead. But we're still driving. I left my house at 8 this morning. It's 4:15 right now. But it's not going to take us long to get back. So we are here at Tangle Lake Campground. This is where the gravel ends and the pavement begins for the last portion of the highway. This is the campground at the other end. When we cross the highway, we usually stay a few nights at Bridgetana and then a night here. So this is the boat launch at Tangle Lake Campground. That's part of the lake right there. It is quite warm, but it gets very windy here. There's a trail here that goes to the other part of the lake. I guess it doesn't go to the end of the lake, that trail. However, these are the campsites here. You can see this is like tundra camping. There's some hills in here. It's mostly tundra and it gets pretty windy here. But it is quite warm. I think the other part of the lake is over there. We're just at the boat launch. This is a beautiful campground though. Trail that goes to the lake. Beautiful campground, but this campground is laid really funky. Laid out really funky. So yeah, this is definitely the right trail. Takes us to the lake. It's pretty windy up here. This is the end of the trail. The other trail takes us to the boat launch. This is the actual lake right here. You can see the lodge over across from the lake from here. It's right over there. We're gonna go eat at that lodge in a little bit. Over here we got a nice creek that actually goes into the lake. Yeah, I'm not gonna go down there. It's a little slippery. There it is, going right into the lake there. Anyways, we are leaving Tangle Lake now and we are gonna eat. Well, we made it across the Denali Highway. We're heading back on the Richardson Highway, heading back toward Anchorage. Got a long day ahead of us. It's almost 6 o'clock. It's about a 4-hour drive back to Anchorage. Got a huge mountain range, the Alaska range there. I believe that's the range it is. That over there is the Richardson Highway. It runs along parallel to the Alaska pipeline. My dad used to work there. Anyways, we made it across the highway. Three mountains. One of these is Mount Drum, one of these is Mount Wrangell, and the other one we can't see. So there's the three mountains. This one right here is Mount Drum. This one right here, I'm not sure the name of it, is some sort of a volcano. And that one right there is Mount Wrangell. We're about 40 miles from Glen Allen, if that. So about a little over 200 miles from Anchorage. Well, we're not too far now. And that's Mount Drum. We're gonna be home pretty soon. Anyways, it was a long trip, but we made it. It's 7 o'clock. We've been on the road for about 11 hours. Anyways, I'm gonna head back to Anchorage now. God bless.